The Kenya National Commission on Human Rights is an independent constitutional commission anchored under Article 59 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Our broad mandate is to promote and protect human rights by both public and private actors through monitoring adherence to national and international human rights standards.
We are a status A accredited national human rights institution, and this means that we are fully compliant with the Paris principles for national human rights institutions.
It is facilitated through our various programs and activities such as investigations, research, legal redress, reforms and accountability, public awareness, and public communication. Critical to guiding this work, however, is our 5-year strategic plan, which aims at strengthening our capacity to identify emerging human rights issues as well as act on continuous violations. Beginning July 2018, we are birthing a new direction that will guide our work until 2022. Are we there yet?
The Commission in its 5-year strategic plan will play its rightful role of being the mirror of consciousness in the respect and promotion of human rights in our country. Our new strategic plan for the next 5 years, therefore, is to guide us to get us to the next level. The central focus of our new plan is to promote a culture and ethos of respect for human rights.
During this new strategic year, the Commission will focus on 4 key objectives: to promote and deepen a culture of human rights and fundamental freedoms among the public, to entrench and secure observance of human rights principles and standards by all public and private institutions, to secure appropriate redress, accountability for human rights violations, and respect for the rule of law, to enhance institutional efficiency, effectiveness, and sustainability.
The Commission, as a state agency, gets its support, especially financial support, from the government. We go to Parliament like the other agencies every year to defend our budget. And our wish has always been that we get supported by government to the tune of 70% to run both our operations as well as our programs. But currently, that support seems to be mostly to meet our personnel emoluments and other overhead operations and costs. Therefore, we as a Commission are indeed very grateful to our other strategic partners who have also come in to help us meet our funding needs. We cannot take them for granted. Our donor partners who have been very instrumental in helping us move forward, and we really want to continue thanking them. We want to ask them to continue supporting us.
We have well-trained staff spread across the regional offices in Western Kenya region, based in Kisumu, North Rift region, based in Kitale, Central Regional Office, based in Nyahururu, Northeastern Regional Office, based in Wajir, and the Coast Regional Office, based in Mombasa. Wherever we want to implement various activities, there are challenges around security and sometimes hindering the movement of our staff to be able to reach the citizenry. The citizens themselves are not adequately empowered to claim their rights, and this requires lots of resources to be able to reach them, educate them, train them to be able to claim their rights.
I can comfortably say that I've grown at this commission. I've been able to impact on lives, to say the least. Of course, there are areas where I feel I should have done better. There are cases where you get, for example, a complainant, a petitioner coming to the commission, they may not be satisfied. but at least the fact that they still come back and they want, for example, to seek further assistance, whether it's through by way of appeal or otherwise, it's an indication that they have, faith and trust with the work of the Commission.
The Commission has played a very significant role in advocating for civil and political rights, guided by even the country's Vision 2030, the African Union Vision 2063, and now our own vision. It's very clear there are people who have been left behind, either historically or just because of who they are in terms of groups or communities or individuals. And we must not leave anyone behind. We must work together. Therefore, the National Commission will play that role in ensuring that those who have been left behind, be they women, be they children, be they the youth because of unemployment, be they indigenous communities, be they migrants, be they intersex persons, will play a significant role in ensuring that they are all part and parcel of the benefits of each citizen, that is in respect to their rights and freedoms.
Accountability for human rights standards goes beyond the Kenyan borders, and thus the Commission continues to interact with and report to international mechanisms to enhance the enjoyment of human rights in Kenya.
We are an organization that is actually a point of reference for special mechanisms, world special mechanisms, whether they be AU or African Union special mechanisms or United Nations special mechanisms on human rights. We are also well connected and in terms of the universal UPR processes, and our reports are continually being fed to the relevant committees. Because we are also the organization that is mandated to ensure compliance with human rights treaties and conventions and all human rights instruments, we do report to treaty mechanisms or the treaty bodies through the various committees in the various thematic areas.
As we start this new journey, we call upon every Kenyan to join with us and be active drivers in this new direction and steer Kenya towards a human rights compliant state. Human rights for all at all times.